Hi everybody, I'm Rich.
And I'm Kathy.
And we're with TrekWithUs.com. And a couple years ago I made a video of our RV. And for whatever reason you guys watched it a lot. It's got nearly 300,000 views, and thanks a lot for that. We really appreciate it. But I, at the time, promised that I would do a little update and show some of the changes that we've made. So here we are.
And I'm happy to join you this time.
Yeah, I've got my wife with me this time, and see if I can have her in more videos going forward. So without further ado, I'm just going to show you the parts that we've updated. Not everything like last time. If you guys want to see that video, I'm going to put a link to it down in the notes, or maybe I'll even put one right here. We'll try that, and then check that out first, and then you can see the updates. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, just as a quick refresher of our space, that's our chairs in the front, where Kathy's newest painting's hanging out. And then TV, stereos, our dinette where I work, outside door, and then our sink, microwave, cooktop, all things I went over in the original video. And our fridge. And then just to start, here, I'm making my way back to the bedroom. I got Cato here. Hey,
Hi, everybody.
And I want to show you guys the curtains we had made to go with the valances we talked about the first time. So you'll see these Velcro, which is really cool.
Pulls right off.
Yeah.
This goes back up. Holds in place.
Yeah. And then Cato put the ties. The ties are actually... They're not real. They're just sewn on the back so that they don't get in the way of the day-night shades.
Yeah, we had to sew them so that they went all the way to the back, and then they're adhered onto the back, and all of this is Velcroed on as well.
Right. Yeah, so they're literally Velcroed. They're Velcroed down the side, Velcroed across the top, and any of them can be pulled off. But we think that they look, I don't know, I think they look a heck of a lot better than the... Yeah, what came, and they match the top, which is nice.
And the great thing about them is that they're linen, so they really blend into the wall. If you look at our earlier video, that was really dark.
Yeah, I think it gave it a lot less visual weight, which is a good thing in an RV because the room, the room's small enough as it is.
And then we put these accent pillow here, and then Rich's photo. I think that was in the other video, but we really like that. And
yeah.
The back headboard.
I didn't really mention this regarding photos and what we did with these. So this photo, we have a photo over here, and we have quite a few. And what I did, is I just used a really thin, inexpensive frame, and I replaced the glass, okay, with, it's like a polypropylene type plastic. You can get them at Lowe's or Home Depot, and it's just anti-glare plastic. But the reason I used it is because glass is a lot heavier. And these are just adhered to the walls. So you can see they really take up no room. And they're just stuck on with double foam tape.
And one of them fell down once, so we were glad that we had that plastic in.
Yeah.
Instead of the glass.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it will happen eventually.
And it's just because this stuff that they put on the walls is basically, what is it, plastic? And yeah, it's like dentist walls, so it's hard to adhere anything to it.
Right. And we're really happy we have it, though, because it's so much easier to clean. We were thinking of painting the walls at one point, but we're glad that we didn't.
But speaking of painting the walls, we have painted some of them. So I'll have Kat show you this. This is an accent wall, see?
Yep. So it's what we did is we put, what's that product?
It's called Gripper. And Gripper is like a base layer. It sticks to everything. So you have to be really, really careful with Gripper. Kat is, she's an artist, so she did all the painting, and you can see, she did real professional.
And I just took a paintbrush and feather edged it and put a little tape in the places that were going to be really important to make sure that, it didn't get on the ceiling, because this is kind of a vinyl ceiling.
That's true. Yeah, I should say that the walls are really made out of vinyl material. That's the word I was looking for. But the ceilings are slightly padded. So it's a little tricky to paint these corners, so it's the advantage of being married to an artist.
Yeah. Yes, I play with interior design as well. So I took color palettes and mapped out all the colors that we would want, the brown and the blue, more soft blue than what we had in the RV. And we like this because the brown helps it to recede. And then I have this little marble light. My family has traditionally made these, and so my mom and I made one of these, and just kind of makes it a little more fun. We have our little, we'll put our DVD player in, a new one, and then also...
Speaking of the DVD that's in the bedroom, the reason that we added just a little DVD player, and this is just it's one of the mini Samsung Blu-rays, I think it was $70, and we added it in here, and I ran, you can kind of see the cables here, and I hit it, see, all the way up behind, so you can't really see it, and then they're right along here. But the reason we added one in here is because even though we have a DVD in the living area, and even though it is wired to the TV out here, it goes from a digital signal through an analog cable. They use coaxial to send it. And so the picture was all garbled and the sound was all awful. So by putting a cheapy Blu-ray in here, we can watch movies.
That's right. And we upgraded the TV as well.
Yeah, I'm going to let Kat pull that out. Or not let her. I'm going to have Kat pull it out.
So it comes out.
Yeah, we added the arm, and we lock it just manually.
Yeah, and there's a little tie behind here also for one of those technology ties.
Right, to hold it in place.
Hold it in place, but it's angled this way, of course, so that both people in the bed can see it. And it works really well. It's a much better picture than what we originally had. One other thing that I did is added this curtain. This used to be in our home, and I just like having these homey touches. And so, this curtain came with the RV, of course, and then this just adds a little touch. And it also adds a little insulation factor. Someone's taking a shower and privacy as well. So we like that. And then over here, we had one of these pieces of PVC cut for this shower so that it will help to keep the light out in the morning. We happen to be like cave people when it comes to sleeping in the morning.
Yeah,
we don't want a bright light on us. Some people would like the bright light, but for us this is helpful. Yeah,
well, that dome in the morning, and you can't see it really too bright right now because it's about 8 o'clock at night, but that dome is bright.
Very bright, very bright. So we're happy with that too. We also did a little work on the shower. At one point there was a leak in the shower in the corner.
That's
and
right.
Rich pulled it all apart, and then we scrubbed it together and put it back together again, and then we put new caulking in there.
That's right. And
it's much better now too, and we have a better shower head than what originally came with this RV as well.
Yeah, I still had this shower head the last time I showed, but that's a oxygenic shower head, and they're amazing for low pressure. Just amazing. So highly recommend. Coming back out into the living area. So this is another accent wall we did out in the living area.
When Rich suggested this idea, it's funny, I didn't even think of it myself, and he said, why don't we do this brown, help it to recede, customize it a little bit, and because it was this laminate color, we didn't really like it, but then what we did is did not use the gripper on it, and since the laminate's so slippery, the paint started peeling off. It was a disaster. It probably took about 8 hours
to clean it all up.
Cleaning that whole thing off and then starting over again with the gripper. So if you do paint any kind of wall in an RV, you're better off with the gripper first.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the way they're made. The walls are made all out of this slippery material.
Right. That was lesson learned. And this wall, this material is this is very thin. It was just like thin board material that had the like laminate wood pattern on it, and we tried to paint most of those. So you can see here's another one. Yeah, whereas this is actual wood and this is wood, but I just wanted to break it up a little bit. It was a little too much of the same honey wood, and I think the little accents are nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of when you have that much color of the same laminate, like this door,
right.
Anytime you open the door, you see it too. It's not a big deal, but we prefer to have it look a little more toned down.
Right. From back here, we were looking at it was wood, and now it's broken up with a little paint, and we even did one of the panels down there. just to match the on the right is the furnace return, propane furnace. So just made that a little darker too. And then last but not least, up in the front here, you know, it's not super visible that we've done a lot, but we've done a lot. So the first thing is I covered all of these with new vinyl. In the old video, these had geometric pattern and light material, and so we covered these with vinyl. Kathy just painted the little screw covers to match, and we're much happier with how that looks now. The other thing, we swapped out the TV. It sounds silly. Came factory with a 26-inch TV. This is only a 29, right. But it's a smart TV, which we like because the old one was a dumb TV. So this one, you know, you can watch Netflix or whatever, and it gets online. And then just because it's that 3 inches, you know, when they say it's 3 inches bigger, it's 3 inches vertical. So what that does is it actually gives you a bigger swath on top and left. So 3 inches gives you a lot more viewing space than
what we did is we put a black felt behind this because it didn't fit perfectly within the space as it had been originally designed for the earlier TV. And so by putting that in there, it, you know, just really subtle, has it blend right in, and it works out really well. That was one of those late night projects. Yeah,
it was a late night project. And I mean, it sounds silly too. There was more to the story. We'd broken the TV that was outside, as we have an outside TV, and I managed to damage it. So I just took the inside TV, stuck it outside, and then in the lead up to Christmas last year, they had all the TV sales that they have, and so we got this guy inexpensively. The other thing, we changed out our speakers. Those don't look too different, but when I covered the speaker covers, I just used a brown instead of a black, just to, again, kind of goes with the color scheme that we have going here.
Another thing too, these pillows, they were here in the earlier video, but they were custom made by Rich's mom, being a seamstress. Along with
the curtains. My mother did the curtains too.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so she made these pillows for us and to match the bed in there, and they were this like really satin shiny material that we did not like, and it had huge brown accents in it. So we feel that's a lot more subtle.
Yeah, and that's really it, you know. But we feel that our RV has a much homier feel now than it did when we got it, and that's part of, I think, kind of personalizing your RV and turning it into something cozy.
All the photos and paintings in here, as Rich was mentioning, all of them are our own photos and artwork, fine art paintings and oil.
Except for that one. That one was taken by somebody else.
Right, except for our wedding photo.
Yeah,
exactly.
our wedding photo. But yeah,
it kind of puts our personal stamp on here.
This is some of Kathy's art. And if you want to see more of Kat's art, she puts it all on westerntrailsart.com. And there's links to that from our Truck With Us site. Okay.
Thanks for visiting. Take care.